What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Kronos. His name is GreenSeaSquash. His opponent is Wookly, and he is spawning in the right side of the map in the red color, playing as Loki. The map's Tundra. And this is just a ladder game, a voobly ladder game of the highest levels of proportions of everything. It's good. If you don't know who Squash is, a lot of people consider him as one of the best to currently be playing the game. He's never played a tournament though, so he's never really been tested. So it's hard to really quantify his skill level. But a lot of people feel like if he played a tournament, he would come out on top. Wookly, on the other hand, he is a 1800 plus player. He's plays quite well, and he's kind of the kind of player that will do anything in order to get a win. So he'll get you in any means necessary. He'll take your firstborn. He'll shoot your mother. You know, all of the tricks of the trade. That's what he's in for, and we're already seeing the Elf-Sark chasing away an Oracle. It's really big to do this with Loki because you get closer to that 10 favor to get all the Thanes out nice and early. We'll see what Squash can do here. It's a bit of a difficult matchup, but it's looking like Squash is going for a 4-minute advance time. Just because you don't have a great answer to what Loki does in your army. So hopefully we learn a little bit here, because Squash, if anybody can do it, it's going to be Squash. So yes, we'll see what he can come up with. But this is the classic. Did it even? I think I'm a little bit confused because he's chopped wood. He needs to get 100 gold to build the temple, and it's looking like a 4-minute advance time. So if you want to learn how to do the 4-minute advance time, this is the way. This is the way. 2 villagers on gold to get the gold up a little bit faster. 5 villagers here. Super interesting. And then he'll obviously, if he gets the temple going up, which he will, he'll take this villager off, put a temple down, and then he's on his way to the next age. He should be able to he probably will have the resources to advance, it looks like. Maybe slightly late. Maybe not. Actually, it's going to be close. It's going to be real close. And here he goes. Going to be Prometheus. Clicking up. Yep, just below 4 minutes. There you go. What a advance time. And villagers over here chopping the trees down. We've got the 2-2-2. And Wookly, on the other hand, he's got his temple up in the back of his base. I like that, but he has a really forward gold mine here. And Squash is already forward. He's putting his temple up on the top side. It's kind of on the wrong side of the map, but he does have a straight line from the temple into this gold mine. Also, the hunt over here is really nice for him away from the temple. So we'll see what can happen here. But he does shut down all of these Auroch. And Squash has not... He's put it just outside the range of the tower here. So really nice placement of the temple in that spot there. We'll see what Squash does immediately. Mana going up. Not going to actually be able to afford the counter barracks straight away, or maybe he'll just be able to afford a counter barracks. But the oracles are here. The villagers are coming close, and Squash is incoming right now. Wookly's got his Herser out. He's pumping out Herser, but he can't quite afford it. He's been pushed off the temple, off the food, off the hunt. Temple gets deconstructed. Temple's coming back up. He needs to get the... I think the temple's perfect deconstruction time there. I don't think this is going to get up in time, and it's going to be no troll for him. No free trolls. That's really good for Squash. The watchtower coming down. Military barracks. Who is this guy? Military barracks, counter barracks. Takes villagers off gold, or he's building them with the villager off gold, and he's coming over here and somehow afford to build Murmillo. Wookly, on the other hand, just building up nice and defensively on this side of the map. he's gonna. Well, he's looking to grab some hunt here. Potentially going to be able to. He's got the longhouse up. Getting some raiding cavalry. It's a military barrack. Maybe the military barracks is a fake. Nah. Squash is potentially going to be cutting villages here. No, not even cutting villages. Jesus, this is insane. House up, counter barracks up. Going to be starting to spam those termite out. He's got a lot of wood in the bank, so he's going to be able to spend that really quickly. Picking off a house. You want to build all your buildings in town center range. So nothing outside of here, right around it as you're defending this attack. Squash is just all over Wookly at the moment, making this this skill gap just seem ginormous. And it's really not that crazy. But the longhouse going up, he's going to be able to take it down really quickly. It's in town center fire though, so he's going to be able to pick up a couple of these units. Also coming in, rain cavalry coming in to help it out as well. He's also getting a couple of free hits in there, but he's going to get a couple back. A couple of those love taps. Probably going to lose this longhouse actually. Probably maybe even a bad idea to have built it, honestly. Like you only need 2. Get the or you only need 1 longhouse and 1 of this thing, 1 of the temples to build her and everything else. But going for the fire right now. Picking off some units. He hasn't actually lost too many yet. Just lost a raiding cavalry and an Ulfsark. So the fight's going fairly well for him, or as well as he could hope. No myth units spawn, so unlucky for him. He's got to be close. 27 favor. Got to be close to a myth unit spawn. He's got the population for it, so we'll see one come in. He really needs an Einhjar or a Valkyrie. You don't want to see a troll spawn because that'll be really, really difficult for him to utilize. And I think because it didn't spawn, we're probably going to see the Einhjar or the Valkyrie, or maybe even see the Valkyrie first. That's because of the way the mechanic works. He also takes some of these dwarves off to Goldmine to help him fight this if he needs to. He's got a couple, and he gets the troll there. A little bit unlucky, but still, free myth unit is a free myth unit, and he does throw some pebbles and do a lot of damage there. Managing to hold on so far. Wookly's actually managing to hunt quite a lot out of the bases. As Squash is kind of throwing away his advantage here, but picking off everything that he can. Wookly 37 population, Squash 50 population, so big advantage currently for Squash, but just not able to make anything of it just yet, as he's keeping the units low. Trolls coming out of the temple as well. Building up this longhouse yet again, even though he did get picked off before. He's happy to do that one. We do see the Promethean offspring. Spot the villagers as the villagers retreat away from here. Nice play by Squash, getting the Promethean offspring, taking some aggro as the villagers come in, or the Murmillo I should say come in, but they're not going to grab anything. Going to be able to pick off the ox cart though. Wookly's got a couple of goats left in the base. Can still eat those. And Squash is strangling at the moment. I think like Wookly needs to maybe get up watchtowers, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold this. He's got the trolls. Trolls in the back. There's no hero Terma, only hero Murmillo. So if he can keep the trolls alive, they'll do a lot of damage from the back. More coming out from his temple. Building the Thrown Axeman raiding cavalry combo with the Hearser. Enough to help out, and these trolls just absolutely laying siege here. Trying to micro as best as you can. Ballista coming out as well. That's a difficult unit to pick off for Loki, especially if he's this low on food. But throwing it away, 200 resources down the drain. Unlucky, but Wookly holding on just now. He's not falling any further behind. So even while this attack is brutal on him, he's not falling too far behind. So if he just keeps hanging on here, he's going to be in a decent position. So we'll see if he can manage that. But he does need to somehow get hunt. Because once these goat fade, it's going to be difficult for him. And Squash is also eating his goat instead of hunting. But you know, what can you do? Army moving around, trying to jockey the position and try and move on to this gold mine. Oh, but running out of gold now. This is going to be, he's going to have to fight for a gold mine soon. And this is where it's going to be challenging for him. Because he doesn't quite have the population. What's 67 to Squash's 90? Squash has got resources in the bank, so it's probably more like 115 by the time the fight actually happens. So Wookly's going to have to fight down population here. But 4 trolls, 5 trolls, maybe more. Wookly can sneak this gold mine. Does he know about it? Well, he doesn't know about it. Going to be making a move for this one. Does Wookly hasn't used his spy. Sometimes using your spy on your enemy army against when you're getting up pressured like this is a good idea. That way you can kind of see where they're moving their army around. That's 78 population for Wookly. Squash 99. Maybe looking to go to the heroic age here. And then if you can cast chaos on this army and then make it push in, it'll be half decent. But there's no more valor for him, so he's hurting a little bit against these myth units. And surely we see a couple more myth unit spawns for Wookly soon. Maybe. We'll see. But the raiders trying to pick off reinforcements or something. There's a lot of citizen here. Wookly just has not scattered it at all. Oh, Wookly losing some of these raiding cavalry. No, it's on top of it. Able to keep those alive. And the longer this game goes on, it's just like the better it's getting for Wookly, but I think Squash has got a plan here. He's halfway Hyperion, so he's a bit further ahead than it looks. It's looking like this Hyperion is going to be difficult to deal with, and we've got military barracks coming in, temple coming in as well for the Satyr, and the Satyr will rinse this army. Squash has got 24 favor in the bank, so he's going to be able to build an extra one straight away. Also transition into Arcus as well, so that's going to be huge. Picking off most of these raiding cavalry. An Inyar spawn, that's huge. Giving him a little bit of a bonus there on the attack damage, but there's the Hyperion. Chaos comes down, picks off the Troll, unfortunately not the Inyar here, but Satyr coming in, starting to throw the arrows. And we're looking like there's no army left for Wookly. Wookly taps out. GG, well played by Squash. Managing to just control that game the entire way through. And hitting that heroic age timing really nicely there. That build order was sick. I'll have to go back and watch it and see exactly what he did. But I think it was just 2 villagers food with hunting dogs. 1 villager onto wood until he gets 150 wood, and then he puts the village onto gold, and every other villager goes to food, or 3 villagers to food, and then 2 gold, and then both onto food till you advance. Insanity, absolute insanity. All right, hope you enjoyed the game. See if we can find a game to play, or maybe discuss another one soon. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll find something to do.